Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a good day so far. First watch along today, the first game of two. An interesting game between Ipswich and Villa. Interesting for two particular reasons. Ipswich haven't got a win yet in the Premier League, so they'll be desperate for a win today. And Villa, I think this will take them joint top with Liverpool if they win this game. So both these teams are looking for a win for different reasons. It should be an interesting game. Ipswich had a fantastic season in the Championship last year. Really took everybody by surprise and came through to get automatic promotion, and well deserved. With over 90 points, you can't argue with that. Villa have really been transformed since their new manager came in last season. They're in the Champions League now. They're chance of going top, so it should be a good game. This, I think, there'll be goals in this. So, with that in mind, here's the two teams. We'll start off with Ipswich first. Ipswich, the goalkeeper Muric. It's Davis, Greaves, O'Shea, Twanzebe, Phillips, Clark, Hutchinson, Ogbenny, Delap, and Morsey is the captain. For Villa, Martinez in goal, Digne, Torres, Carlos, Consa, Tielemans, Onana, Ramsey, Rogers, Bailey, and Watkins up front. So quite a formidable, well-drilled side are Villa, and they're going to be tough to beat. And they've got a well-balanced side with a top-class goalkeeper in Martinez, obviously a World Cup winner, World Cup winner with Argentina. They've got Watkins, who's recovered from his early season injury and is now scoring a lot of goals again, which is good for England as well as Aston Villa. Tielemans creating a lot from midfield. I think it's Onana, who they signed from Everton, who's having a real good season, a real impressive start to the season, and obviously Bailey up front with Watkins as well. A lot of pace, power, and creativity. So Ipswich have got it all on. They really have today. Looking at the Ipswich side, I think they've got Greaves, who they signed, I think it's from Hull City in the close season. Twanzebe, who they signed from Manchester United. Calvin Phillips is the interesting one. He's had a bit of a poor couple of seasons, hasn't he, at Man City? He didn't really establish himself in the Man City side, then lost his England place, went on loan to West Ham. It didn't really work out there for one reason or another. He just didn't fit in, and now he's with Ipswich. Let's hope for England's sake, as well as Calvin Phillips' sake, that he can rediscover that form and push himself into the England side. And of course, Ipswich will benefit from that if Phillips does get back into the England side. Ogbenny, a lot of power and pace up front for Ipswich as well. Hutchinson, can he score the goals for Ipswich? I don't know. Against this Villa side, it's going to be really difficult. So that's the two sides as it stands at the moment. With the game due to kick off in about 10 minutes. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think to the two sides. What do you think the score will be? Give us a prediction of your score. Personally, thinking about it, I'm going for a 3-1 win for Villa. I can't see Ipswich winning this. I think them, along with the two other promoted sides, are probably the favourites to go down again. It's a shame, but this is a free hit for Ipswich, really, because they're not probably going to be expected to win this game against Villa. For Ipswich, they'll be looking to beat the sides that are around them. That's where you pick up your points, and that's how you stay in the league. So it's a free hit, really. No one's expecting them to win. A lot of pressure on Villa because they get the chance to go back to the top. So, having looked at the two sides, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win this? Have Ipswich got a chance, or is it all Villa for you? For me, it's all Villa. I think they've just got too much. Watkins in good form now. He's got over his early season injury and he's banging in the goals. Martinez is a world class goalkeeper. You've got to do well to beat him. They've got to keep Tielemans quiet in the midfield to stop him creating the chances, and then they've got the power and the pace of Onana. He creates a lot of stuff for them as well. So, yeah, I can't see anything more than a Villa win. Villa are in top form at the moment, whereas Ipswich are not. That's my thoughts. What do you think? And get your comments in, and we can discuss them before the game gets started. Or if you've got anything else to say, there's a game later on. Man United and Tottenham. If you stay with us, we will be finishing the Ipswich Villa live watch along, and then we'll go straight to the Man United game. So I hope you can stay right the way through till the end of the Man United game against Tottenham. That'll be a good game as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think there'll be goals in this first game. I really do. So if you have just joined us, thanks for joining us. It's really appreciated. It does help this channel grow. If you fancy subscribing, hitting the like button as well. Of course, get your comments in, but more importantly as well, hit that notification button so that you know you will get notified when the next watch alongs are coming along. So we're going to be watching along all the way through the season and doing as many games as possible. So if you don't want to miss any of them, then please do hit that notification button. But thanks for joining us. If you have just joined us, it's really appreciated that you're joining this channel. Just get your comments in now. Let's discuss a few things while we've got 6 or 7 minutes before the game starts. It gives you score predictions more than anything. I've put mine in as a 3-1 to Villa. If you disagree or if you agree, let me know. If you got anything to say about the two teams, Ipswich are at home. Does that give them a slight advantage? Does that sort of like equal things up a bit against Villa, or do you just see Villa being too strong for them? Do you think Ipswich are going to go down? Most people thought that of all the three teams that came up, Ipswich was probably the best position to survive, but it's not seeming like that at the moment. But it's only early in the season. If Ipswich can pick up a point against Villa, it'd be a bonus because the teams around them are losing at the moment. So if you can pick points up against the top sides, big bonus. But let me know what you think. Get your comments in. With 6 minutes to go before the game starts. Just looking at a Dean Saunders volley from, it must have been 30 yards out, right into the top corner. Yeah, so Ipswich have not won against Villa for a long time. Maybe it's time that they did. Law of averages sometimes works for teams. You know, if you're due a win, you'll get it. Anyway, we've got kickoff next in the next 5 minutes. Still got time to put your comments in and let us know. Give us a score prediction if you haven't already done so. If you've got the time, please hit the subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber already, hit the like as well. It always helps the channel grow. It's much appreciated when you do that. Get your comments in. Let's discuss these comments. I've already told you my score for this game, 3-1. What do you think to Calvin Phillips being in the side today? Is it good? He's a good player when he's on form. When he's not injured, he can boss that midfield. But he'll need to be on form against this Villa side because Tielemans, Onana, Konsa, Ramsey. It's a formidable midfield up front as well. So he's going to have to be on top form along with Twanzebe, Clark, Hutchinson, Morsey, captain. He's going to have to set an example today. Looks like there's a good crowd in there today as well, which you would expect. Looks like the Ipswich fans are a bit pensive. You would expect that, I guess. But as usual, we all turn up and support our team on the day, don't we? No matter where they are in the league. I think the teams are just about ready to come out. It looks like the young mascots have got their flags out and the like. Some of the old Ipswich players are still there in the crowd. He had a good team in the 80s, did Ipswich. And Bobby Robson was manager of them. They were a top side then. They were a top side last year as well, but winning the championship is different to surviving in the Premiership, and that's what Ipswich are aiming for, survival at the end of the day, aren't they? If they finish 16th, then that'll be a successful season for them. Teams are lining up in the tunnel now, so they'll be on their way out shortly. Last chance for you to get your comments in regarding this team, these two teams. Who do you think is going to win this? What score it's going to be? Is Ollie Watkins going to score today? He's on top form at the moment. The teams are coming out anyway, led by the referees. A few pyrotechnics and a few fireworks going off as the teams come out onto the pitch. Looks like there's not a seat to be had in the ground. It looks packed, which you find at most Premier League games now. If you're not a season ticket holder, it's difficult to get a ticket, and God knows I've tried. Unless you want to pay a small fortune for a ticket. Teams just lining up before the handshakes, as they usually do. So Kieran McKenna's got a lot of pressure on him. He had a good season last season, but the Premier League is a different animal altogether. Calvin Phillips and Sam Morsey, defensive midfielders, they'll have a lot of work on their hands today. Just looking what formation Ipswich are going to play today. Could be a 4-2-3-1, but we shall see. Yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1 that Ipswich are going to line up with today, with Morsey and Phillips, the defensive midfielders, just playing in front of their defence. Aston Villa, well, Emilio Martinez is a top-class keeper, even if he's a bit eccentric at times. Looks like Aston Villa are going to play a back four of Conser, Diego Carlos, Onana and Tielemans. Tielemans will be one that looks to get forward, and Onana will cover him when they do. Ramsey, Rogers and Bailey up just behind Hopkins up front. So they're going to play a 4-2-3-1 as well. So both teams playing a 4-2-3-1, same formation. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. It look like Ipswich are going to rely on getting the ball up quickly to the lap up front and then supporting him as he wings the first ball. as they will with Morgan Rogers as well. Look like they're going to use him as a target man to hit the ball up to. He's going to hold it up and then try and bring Watkins on as he runs the channels. Anyway, both teams are going into the usual huddles now for the last couple of words of wisdom before we get the game started. It should be started shortly. That's who we were looking at in the crowd, George Bailey, early on. Former player and manager George Bailey. Just going to be a lineup and a David Rose minutes applause. Must be an Ipswich. Yeah, David Rose. Yeah, David Rose, minutes applause for an official of Ipswich who's sadly passed away. Still got time to get your comments in with regards to a score. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your prediction is for this game. Teams lining up, all ready to go. Ipswich are going to kick off this game, kicking from left to right as I'm looking at it. So here we go. And we're away. Ball played long, headed out. Ball's deflected out for a throw to Villa over on their right-hand side. Throw's taken. Went to Torres. It's played back and then hit high up front. Watkins challenging for it, but he's out-muscled, and the ball goes back to the keeper. Putting the squeeze on Aston Villa. Eventually, the Ipswich try to drive the ball down the field. It's cut out and it goes for a throw to Ipswich. It's still deep in their own half there. Ball's in midfield. Morsey has the ball now. Twanzebe has it now for Ipswich. He has to go backwards as he's forced back by Ramsey. And goes back to the keeper, Muric. He goes out to his left back, Greaves. And he goes to Aston Villa and they pick it up in the midfield. Tielemans puts a ball out to the left to Watkins. He brings it down. He's waiting for support, so he plays it back inside. Ramsey gives it back to Watkins, gets it back. Does Ramsey. Ramsey got it again, plays it inside to Watkins. He's challenged from behind and the ball runs loose, but Aston Villa pick it back up again. It goes to Watkins. Watkins. Ball's cut out by Ipswich. Ball's on the right. Hutchinson, but the ball is cut out as he tries to play it down the line. Still a throw to Ipswich, though, on the halfway line on their right-hand side. Ball's played high forward, but Aston Villa win the header. So Nana spreading the ball across to the right to Conser. Ball's played back across to Onana again. He goes back. Cross to Torres on the left-hand side. Yeah, Digne couldn't go anywhere, couldn't Digne, and has to give it back to Torres. He goes across to Carlos to the right-hand side. Back inside to Onana, who's seen a bit of the ball early on. Goes across to the left. Digne, just on the edge of the box, plays it back inside. Ramsey. Tielemans goes across to the left. Gets it back, does Tielemans. Looking for a ball through. He's got a chance of a shot. Does have a shot. Just a couple of yards over the bar. They should have closed him down. They can't let Tielemans run. We know he can shoot. It's a couple of yards over the bar, but he's about 25 yards out, but decided to have a pop, and it wasn't too far away. Goal kick's taken. Calvin Phillips. Tielemans challenges Calvin Phillips, who falls over and gets the free kick. Goes back to Muric. Ball goes out to the left for Ipswich. Aston Villa putting the pressure on. The ball goes back. So it's played long this time. Down to the right-hand side. O'Shea played it long on Benny, but he can't win the header. But he's putting pressure on again. And I think he wins the throw. Yep, it's a throw to Ipswich. Just on the right, inside the Aston Villa half. It's going to be Tuanzebe who takes it. It goes long into the centre circle. It's a bit tight, but Ipswich come out of the ball just inside their own half. It's Greaves looking for a pass, has to go to his centre half partner on the left. Comes back to Muric. He plays the ball through the middle, but it misses his players, and Aston Villa pick the ball up. Watkins has it. He plays it out to the right. Bailey twisting and turning in the box. Is he going to attack the byline? He's got a runner. That was Conser, but the pass was behind him, and Conser has to turn and go back. Goes across to Pau Torres. And then to Digne. Back to Torres on the halfway line. It goes across to Diego Carlos. It was fouled, but the referee lets the ball play on. Diego Carlos again with the ball. Comes across to Torres on the left-hand side. Just on the halfway line. Digne. Torres plays it into the middle. And gets the return ball. He's got Digne making a run down the left-hand side. He plays a longer ball. Looking for Rodgers, but he's beaten to the header. And then the ref gives a foul on Calvin Phillips halfway inside the Ipswich half by Onana. I wasn't watching that, to be honest, but the ref's given it. Phillips takes it quickly. In centre midfield. Goes across to the left. Greaves plays it long down the left-hand side. There's a bit of space here. It's played inside. It was a poor pass, though. It was behind everybody. But Ipswich have won it back on the edge of the box. Hutchinson, the ball's banging about. There's a chance for a shot. Hutchinson was in the way of the shot from Morsey on the edge of the box. Calvin Phillips has won it back. Play it back. And they've scored of Ipswich. Delap has put it in at the near post. The keeper got his hands to it, but he couldn't keep it out. And that was poor defending by Aston Villa. It was bouncing around on the edge of the box, and he had a couple of chances to clear it, and they didn't. Calvin Phillips won it back, played it down onto the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. The ball was crossed to Delap on his left foot. Hits it in the near post. The keeper can't keep it out. Moses' shot was blocked, and they had a chance to kick it out there. Conser played it forward. It went straight back to Ipswich. Yeah, Delap did well because that ball was behind him on his left foot. He managed to get a lot of pace onto it. Clark, who crossed it. Oh, Martinez has got to be he's got to be saving that. He'll be disappointed with that. He got a full hand to it and couldn't keep it out. And Ipswich take the lead. And a great start for Ipswich, exactly what they would have wanted. And Ipswich will be happy with that, but Aston Villa have only got themselves to blame. Greaves goes down in the box for Aston Villa. Greaves holding the shirt in the box. He's got hold of his shirt. Watkins goes down. Got to be careful holding the shirt in the box like that. I think the VAR have looked at it, but nothing so far. Aston Villa have the ball deep in their own half. Martinez plays it out to the right-hand side. Ball's played long to Watkins. He's got two for company. Greaves heads the ball out. So Nana gives it to Bailey, gets it back. Bailey gives it back to Onana. Nana has to go back. It's tight on that touchline. Play it inside. Tielemans goes across to Digne, to Pau Torres. Ball's played inside, but it's ran loose, and Ipswich have cleared it to the halfway line. Picked up again by Torres to Digne on the left. He's got a man inside, and he's fouled. And that's Ramsey who's gone down there. Free kick to Aston Villa. As Digne's going to take this one. The Ipswich have just got to defend this for the next 5 minutes or so, just keeping things tight. They don't want to concede an equaliser quickly. The free kick is going to be played long. High defensive line just on the edge of the box. It's played short into the middle to Tielemans. He comes backwards, gives it back to Digne. Goes inside to Ramsey, then to Tielemans. He hits a swinging ball into the back post. Man's gone down injured for Aston Villa. Torres holding his head as the ball sailed over everybody and out for a goal kick. It was a poor cross by Tielemans, really. Didn't see what it was. Just looking to see what I could see at the back post. Not a lot. Torres gets to his feet. Yeah, he got a palm on the back of his head and went down as if he'd been hit in the face. Yeah, it's poor, is that? That's simulation there. Should have been booked for that, never mind anything else. Anyway, the outcome is it's a goal kick that the goalkeeper takes long, straight down the middle. Delap trying to hold the ball up, but he's surrounded by Aston Villa defenders. They take the ball off him, and the ball goes through to Martinez, who plays it out to the right-hand side. Bit of space. Conser lays it inside. Gets it back, does Conser, from Onana. It comes across to the left to Pau Torres. He's got Digne. Gives it back to Torres. Nowhere for him to go, and he has to go back to Martinez, just on the edge of his box. He goes out to the right. Ipswich pushing up. Martinez has to go to the left again. Torres plays it inside. Tielemans picks it up and then plays it out to the right. Conser got a lot of space in front of him and he's striding forward. Gives it to Bailey. Comes inside to Onana. His ball into the box is intercepted though, and Ipswich come away with the ball. Watkins wins the ball back. Ball on the left-hand side for Aston Villa. Going forward. Challenge, wins the ball. But Aston Villa have seen a lot of the ball now. Tielemans plays the ball through to Rodgers. Rodgers manages to get the ball in front of the keeper as he came out. It's high in the penalty box. But Phillips manages to get his foot to it and helps it on its way. Now Ipswich coming away on the left-hand side. Delap trying to give it to Clark, but there's too many people around him. It was 2 against 4, and they were never going to get anywhere like that. Aston Villa clear it up. Goes to Onana. And comes across to Tielemans. He plays it out to the left to Digne. It goes down the left again. That was Ramsey who won that ball. Gives it to Watkins. Oh, it's a poor clearance. Rodgers. That's poor defending by Ipswich. Rodgers has equalised. He's hit a shot across the goal into the bottom right-hand corner. Goalkeeper had no chance. And it was the defensive frailties of Ipswich. They had the ball on the left-hand side, on the right side of their box, and they tried to drive a ball down the pitch, but it was a low, scuffed shot, and it was picked up in the penalty box. And from then on, Ipswich were under a lot of pressure. It was Greaves who gave it away. And then when it fell to Rodgers, he just hit it across the goalkeeper. That's poor by Greaves. Where he was trying to hit it, I don't know. He was trying to drive it long with his left foot, and it didn't get off the floor, and it was easily intercepted in the penalty box, and it's in. And that's the equaliser, and that's poor, because Ipswich will have wanted to keep it tight, and they've given the equaliser away, and it really given it away. Well, at the moment, it's 1-1, but there's a VAR check for a possible handball. The goal stands, and we're level. That's a poor one for Ipswich to give away. A bit of head tennis in the middle of the Aston Villa half. Delap gets a bang in the back from Diego Carlos, and the referee gives a free kick. Yeah, he's ran right through the back of him. Free kick in a dangerous place for Ipswich. It's left-hand side of the box, probably about 10 yards outside the box. The defensive line is on the edge of the box. Is Davis going to put a left-footed cross into the box and let his attackers have a run at the ball? It's put in now. It's a low one. Tuanzebe wins the header. Just flicks it on and it just skims over the top of the bar. Looks like the keeper had it covered anyway. Wasn't a most powerful of headers. Don't think it would have counted anyway, because there was 3 of them offside. They'd made the run just before the free kick was taken. So a bit of excitement, but it would not have counted. It's given us a goal kick though. It's played long by Martinez. Watkins goes up for it and wins the ball, but Ipswich win the ball back in midfield. It's Morsey. He's saying that he was fouled, but it wasn't. Hutchinson gets away on the left-hand side. He's got a runner. The ball's played across. Oh, great cross by Davis to the near post. Clark wins the header and flicks it over the bar when he should have hit the target at least. Great play by Ipswich again, and really they should have scored there. Clark has got to score there. It was a free header. He glanced it over the bar. Great play by Ipswich. Should have been 2-1. Aston Villa playing the ball down the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins is out-muscled. I think it's a throw to Ipswich. Just inside the Aston Villa half. It's picked up in midfield by Calvin Phillips. He plays it out to the left. Davis plays it inside. That's Clark. Gives it back inside. Morsey tries to play a ball through, but it's too straight and goes straight through to Martinez, who picks it up. Martinez with the ball at his feet is going to play it long down the right-hand side. Bailey challenges for it, and the ball drops down to Watkins. Bailey has it on the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Has to go back to Onana. Here's a poor pass by Onana to Torres. He has to go right back into his own half to pick that one up. And eventually goes back to the keeper as Hutchinson puts a bit of pressure on him. Still with Martinez, looking for an out ball. Like he's going to go along, and he does. To the right-hand side, looking for Watkins, but don't get anywhere near him. It's headed out by Greaves. Aston Villa picked the ball up again. Ball comes out to the left-hand side. Pau Torres plays it inside to Morse. It's picked up by Tielemans now. Onto the left-hand side to Torres. It's given away, trying to play a couple of 1-2s in front of the defence, and Ipswich get the foot in, and they're away on the right-hand side. Hutchinson, he's got 4 men around him, though. I don't know where he can go with this. He has to wait for support, which comes in the form of Ogbenny. Goes back to Hutchinson. He plays it inside. Phillips. Phillips again with the ball. He goes across to the left-hand side. Greaves. O'Shea. Back to Greaves. Got a good shape in front of him of Aston Villa, so the ball is going backwards and forwards between the defenders. Goes to Tuanzebe. And to O'Shea again. He plays it into the middle. It's a bit tight in the middle, but Ipswich managed to get it out to the left-hand side to Greaves. Inside to Delap. He goes across to the right-hand side. Ogbene. Tuanzebe tries to give it back to Ogbene, and it's deflected out for a throw. Ball's played inside. Just ran away. Watkins has the ball now as it's defended well. As Watkins tries to come inside, he gets a kick off Morsey, goes down, and it's a free kick just inside the Ipswich half on the left-hand side. Again, Watkins was waiting for support, had to turn inside and won the free kick, so he's done his job there as Watkins. I'd be happy with that. It's Ramsey and Digne. Digne's going to take it left-footed. Ball's played high and deep. It's won But the keeper comes out and collects the ball as it's flicked into the box. And then there's a free kick there on the right side. Tielemans gives the free kick away. It's taken quickly. On the left-hand side, Greaves, who plays the ball down the line, looking for Davies, who's the runner, but he's given offside. And it'll be a free kick on the right-hand side to Aston Villa. 23 minutes gone. Been a good game so far. Should have been 2-1 to Ipswich. They had a great chance just a few minutes ago. Throw's taken quickly. It's got Rodgers, who goes across to Torres. He's got Digne on his left. He checks, comes inside. Gives it to Onana. Carlos goes across to the right-hand side. Concert. Goes back to Carlos in the centre circle. Across to the left to Torres. Now gives it to Digne. Man inside is Tielemans. Under pressure. Knocked over by Morsey and the free kick's given. Referee who stood right in front of that, so I had to give that. Just a badge in the back, just knocked Tielemans over. Tielemans is going to... It's central, is this free kick. Halfway inside the Ipswich half. Tielemans is going to take the kick. Now he walks away from it. Free kick's taken quickly. Goes across to Digne. He tries to put a cross in, but it's deflected high into the box. Headed out by Ogbeni. Goes out for a throw. Digne takes it quickly. Goes back. Concert. Given back to Digne. Goes down the line. Rodgers loses the ball, but then wins it back again. And then is... Well, I thought it was fouled, but it wasn't. Referee says play on. Morsey has the ball. This time a foul's given Ogbeni as he goes down. Well, there could have been 2 or 3 fouls there to either side. The ref decides to give it in Ipswich's favour, Ogbeni, as he goes over. Free kick on the right-hand side to Ipswich. Halfway inside their own half. Morsey just getting a few words of wisdom from the manager. Free kick's taken, goes across to the left-hand side. Greaves, he checks back inside and gives it back to O'Shea. And back to Greaves. Plays it short. Clark then gets it back. Played down the middle, but it's cut out easily there by Carlos. Onana has the ball. Tielemans plays the ball down the centre. And it was well played there. Torres almost had a chance to give it to Torres. Torres tried to turn and put it out wide. And he just couldn't get his toe on it. And it was cut out by Ipswich on the right-hand side. And they end up with a throw. Comes down the line. Looking for Delap. Ipswich have picked it up in the middle again. Looking for Watkins, who's made a run into the box. He has the ball at his feet. He's got Greaves in front of him. He has to turn and go backwards. Bailey, he goes backwards as well. To Onana inside. He comes across to the left to Torres. Goes out to the left-hand side to Digne. Going backwards and across. Carlos plays the ball out to the right. That's Consa. He's put under a bit of pressure and has to go back to Carlos in the centre circle. Comes across to Torres on the left. Tries to play the ball inside, but it's a bit of a short pass. But Rodgers gets it and plays it out to the right to Bailey. Right in the corner. He's got Clark with him. Goes back down the line. Conser to Onana. To Carlos. Torres. Digne on the left. He has to go back to Torres. Holding a good shape, Ipswich here. Forcing Aston Villa to go back. To Conser. Down the right-hand side now to Bailey. He tries to chip one forward. Rodgers, under a lot of pressure, and he's lost the ball as he falls over. Under pressure, no foul, but Hutchinson flicks the ball through as it goes into centre midfield. Or Benny should have been given the ball on the right-hand side, but it was flicked across to the left looking for the Clark. He was never going to make it. Aston Villa picked the ball up on the right-hand side. It's Conser, but he has to turn and go backwards to Carlos. Comes out to Digne. He has to go back to Torres. Back inside, Tielemans. No space for Tielemans. He's closed down immediately. Goes across to the right-hand side. Conser to Bailey, who's come short, but he has to go back to Conser. Being forced backwards again, Aston Villa. Carlos plays the ball forward. Watkins picks the ball up on the edge of the box, plays it into Bailey. Bailey's robbed on the edge of the box by Calvin Phillips. Good defending by Calvin Phillips. Morsey has to play the ball to his keeper, who drives it long, and it goes out for a throw on the halfway line to Aston Villa. Ball's given to Onana. That's Carlos. Carlos comes across to Torres. Digne gets it from Torres. Has to go back under pressure again. It's Torres running across the front of his box. Goes across to the right-hand side. Carlos plays it down the line to Conser, just inside the Ipswich half. Onana turns inside to Tielemans. Tielemans comes across to the left. Ramsey with a bit of space. Has to turn back inside again. Torres gives it to Onana. Back to Torres. Ramsey again. Plays it inside. Morgan Rodgers lost it, but the Wolves won back by Tielemans. Rodgers back to Tielemans. Back to Rodgers. Goes to the right to Carlos. Conser to Bailey. Davis in front of him, running up the line. Gives it back to Onana. Tielemans plays it out to the right again. Conser. Bailey is going to cross the ball to the back post. And it's a goal, and Watkins meets the ball on the 6-yard box and just heads it into the bottom corner. And that was brilliant. That was a fantastic cross. And Watkins just had to nod it in the box into the net. He had an open goal virtually. Goalkeeper was backpedaling for the cross, and he just had it back past him from the way he'd come. Just looking at this now, Onana. Tielemans plays it out to the right-hand side to Bailey, and he crosses it almost immediately, and that's drifted in between the two central defenders. As just looking at the cross again, it's a perfect cross. He's in between the two defenders. Is Watkins, and he just heads it down and past the keeper, and it's 2-0. Yeah, 2-1, sorry. And I think it really ought to have been 2-2, but as I said, it was going to be full of goals, and it so proves so far. It's been a really good game. Ollie Watkins is on fire at the moment. One of those goals that Watkins is not going to miss. He just heads it back the way the keeper was coming from, and the keeper had no chance. Just headed it down as well, just to make sure. It's good finish by Watkins. Ball's back now with Martinez on the edge of his box. He plays out to the right. Give him back to Martinez. Ipswich pressing high. It goes to Conter. And then back to the keeper. Into the middle to Tielemans. Carlos has the ball now from Tielemans. It's still a bit tight though. Ipswich are pushing up high. Martinez has the ball back again. He's going to come across to the left to Digne. He plays his ball back to Tielemans. He was under a bit of pressure. Ends up with Martinez again. Ball's played long by Carlos, and drifts out of play on the halfway line as he sliced it out. Unfortunate for Ipswich, didn't deserve to be 2-1 behind, but it was well worked goal by Aston Villa there, and a good finish by Ollie Watkins. Man on fire like that, in really good form, you don't expect him to miss it, and he weren't going to miss it from the 6-yard line. Ipswich have the ball. It's deep inside the Aston Villa half on the left-hand side. I think that was Delap was fouled. It's a free kick. Davis is going to take this. Greaves comes up for this one. So they're going to put a cross into the box. $10 to go. Can Ipswich get an equaliser from this? The ball's played deep. There's a header. And a shot that comes in. Oh, what a good save by Martinez. Throwing himself across to his left. Keeps a well-drilled shot by Calvin Phillips out at his right-hand post. Yeah, he struck it well as well, did Calvin Phillips. Really got his foot behind that. And that was going in the left-hand corner. And Martinez, world-class keeper that he is, makes a great save. Corner to Ipswich on the right-hand side. Davis, left-footed in-swinger. Goes to the near post. It's bouncing around, but it's headed away by O'Shea. Shea was near it. Phillips tries to play a ball across the right to where Davis, who had just taken the corner, but it's just a bit over his head and goes out for a throw on the left-hand side to Aston Villa. Bit of panic in that defence there from that corner, but Aston Villa survived. Digne throws the ball in long. It's one. So I'm about to say it's one in the midfield by Ipswich, but the foul was given by the referee. It's a free kick to Aston Villa. Torres plays it to Digne. He plays it down the line, looking for the run of Ramsey. It's a bit too far. Played back to the keeper, who chips it into midfield. Clark gets a flick on. Hutchinson goes across to the left-hand side. Davis goes through the middle. Delap's got a chance. Oh! The commentators are saying that Delap's put that wide, but he can't have put it that wide. Martinez must have made a save with his foot as he spread himself in front of the oncoming attacker. We'll see from the replay now. You can't tell from that. This is the angle front on. Oh yeah, it's a great He spread eagle did Martinez in front of the on-running attacker. Ball hits his foot and goes away for a corner. It's Davies who's going to take it on the left-hand side. Two great saves by Martinez. Kept his team in it. Ball goes long. He's out to the back post. It's well defended by Aston Villa. As he tried to run at the byline, it's shepherded out by, I think it's probably Tielemans, and it's a goal kick. Yeah, great save by Martinez. He's kept his team in it because it could have been 3-2, 4-2 to Ipswich in the chances created. But Martinez has made two world-class saves in the last 5 minutes or so, and his team owe him. The goal kick is taken high. Watkins wins the header. O'Shea's gone down, holding his head. Referee gives the free kick. Watkins has been spoken to by the referee. If there's anything in this, the VAR will take a look. Didn't see anything personally. It's just two players challenging for the ball. See this again. Watkins goes up. Yeah, it's a. Watkins was just leveraging himself up. O'Shea came running from behind Watkins and actually ran into his elbow. It wasn't Watkins swinging an elbow or anything, so I can't imagine there's going to be any more action taken by the referee. VAR will obviously be taking a look at it, but nothing in that for me. He ran into his arm. I think he's got a bit of a lump on his eye, on his right eye, as O'Shea, so he did take a bit of an elbow, but there was nothing in it. If you have just joined us, thanks for joining us. It's really great to see you supporting the channel. Don't forget, hit a subscribe, notification button. We'll keep you informed of all our upcoming watch-alongs. As the ball's played long to Watkins again. He's beaten to the ball this time. Bailey gives it out to Ramsey. He's waiting for the ball to come down. He's under severe pressure, but he plays it across to the left to Digne. They're appealing that the ball went out, but it didn't. Tielemans has it in midfield now. Then Onana. Torres. Tielemans again. Back to Torres. Going to go across to the right to Carlos. Conce plays it long. Looking for the run of Watkins. Keeper got there just before Watkins. He rolls the ball out quickly. That's Calvin Phillips. Looking for an out, but there isn't out in front of him. He's not being challenged though. To Greaves. Back to Phillips. He has to go back to the keeper as Aston Villa push on. Muric on his penalty spot with the ball at his feet. Ball is played inside to Morsey. Morsey coming forward. Then has to turn when there's no run in front of him and give it back. Comes across to the right-hand side. Twanzebe. Hutchinson on the halfway line. Has to play it back inside to O'Shea. Morsey inside. Clark. Bit of space in front of him. Can come out to the right-hand side, and he does. As Twanzebe comes forward. Lays that inside. Ogbeni, he has to come back to Hutchinson though. He tries to go around his man and get to the byline, and he does. The ball is intercepted as he crosses it Torres, and Torres can't keep it in, and it goes out for a corner on the right-hand side to Ipswich. With just 3 minutes to go, can Ipswich fashion themselves a chance and an equaliser, which they probably do deserve? It's going to be taken by Davies, another left-footed in-swinger. It's taken long again. It's headed out though. Picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson puts it back in again. Martinez comes for it, drops the ball, but manages to still fall on it. Plays the ball long, looking for Bailey as he's challenging with Phillips. Martinez has gone down. Holding his head, so he must have taken a bang when he went up for that ball. We'll see now as the ball's played into the box. He comes up for the cross. No one anywhere near him. He catches the ball, drops it, probably falls into Greaves as he retrieves the ball. He's holding his head. Didn't really see anything in it. Just showing the two really good saves by Martinez that he's made in this first half to keep his own team in front. Ipswich are really unlucky to be 2-1 down, but they are 2-1 down, and that's the life of teams that are down fighting for relegation. Things do go against you, and they have for Ipswich because Martinez has made two good saves and Clark's missed a golden header early in the first half. They could have scored 3 easily, but they haven't. You can get your comments in while Martinez is recovering from that imaginary bang on his head. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the watch along, and please do subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, as we are trying to grow at the moment. Free kick is going to be taken where Bailey made the foul just inside Ipswich half. It goes to the left. Greaves plays it down the line. Conser's going to clear it. Looks like it hits Clark and rebounds out for a goal kick to Aston Villa. 3 minutes of added time in this first half. And that time has flown past. Ipswich will be regretting the chances that they've missed in this first half, but that's the way it is. More chances will come, I'm sure, because they haven't played bad, Ipswich. Onana wins a header in midfield. Ball comes out to Watkins. Watkins in the middle, surrounded by men. He just dallied on the ball and had it taken off him by Morsey. He tries to... Rodgers is limping a bit there. Morsey tried to play it to the left-hand side and the ball's gone out for a throw. It was all the way back to Martinez. It's played forward. There's a foul in midfield there. Bailey on Calvin Phillips. Free kick to Ipswich. I think Calvin Phillips is just saying he got elbowed there. I didn't see that. He was tripped, but didn't get elbowed. Ball is played out to the right. Hutchinson gets the ball. Ogbene challenged for the ball. Hutchinson picks it up. Morsey has it now, coming across, lays it inside, looking for Delap, but it's a poor pass behind him. But Ipswich have won the ball back again. Glad to take a cross. Hit Onana. There's a foul. Morsey gets a booking for a foul. Delap not happy about this. He thought he was fouled on the initial cross that was deflected by Onana. But the result is that Morsey gets... If you push Rodgers over like that, you're going to get a free kick and you're going to get a booking on the totting up process, because he committed a few fouls as Sam Morsey, but that's the player he is. Ball comes across to the left. Pau Torres down the line. Ball is deflected out by Digne. Looks like Delap got a booking in that altercation as well for a bit of dissent. So 2 bookings for Ipswich. And that's the last action of this first half. And a good first half. I think you all agree. We've had 3 goals and could have been at least another 2 more. So we've got a chance now to get our comments in. Half time, Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2. Let me know what you think about that. You've got to agree that was a good first half, that. And could have been 3-3. Thoroughly enjoyed. If that's the first half, bring on the second half. Watkins, a good goal. Calvin Phillips hit a rasping shot that Martinez made a really good save at his left-hand post. So Ipswich haven't been dominated by any means. They've been well in this and should be at least equal. Martinez has been very good in the Aston Villa goal. He's made 2 good saves. Ipswich will think themselves unfortunate. I think they're unfortunate as well. They've accounted themselves well, and they've got more to play for in this second half. They've seen that they can get at Aston Villa. The ball through the middle is what's undone them a couple of times, and just a bit more composure. Ipswich could have been well in this. But anyway, you let me know what you think. Give us your comments. Let me know what you think. Who's had the better of the first half? I think it's been 50-50, I would imagine. No team has really dominated the ball. I think Tielemans and Onana in the midfield have seen a lot of the ball. Watkins has been a real thorn in the side of the defenders. Greaves has got to hold his hand up and say that he gave that first goal away with a poor attempted cross of his corner defensive clearance from the right-hand corner, but he hit it straight through the middle of his own box, low, instead of getting it high and out the way. It was picked up and then thumped in by Rodgers. So, with a bit of luck, defensive mistakes like that do go against you when you're down there fighting relegation. But get your comments in. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the game so far? It's been a good game. There's been some good quality in it, some good goalkeeping in it. A good striker's goal by Watkins, some good saves by Martinez. So we've been treated to everything so far. You can always tell if it's a good game by all of a sudden half time creeps up on you and you think, where's that time gone? But it's time for your comments. What do you think second half? Should there be any changes? Do you think Ipswich can pull this back, get a point out of it, maybe 2-3 points out of it? It's your chance to get your comments in now while we wait for the second half to start. I said 3-1 to Aston Villa, and at the moment, it's looking good for a score. Is that 3-1? Should have put some money on it. If you have just joined us, thanks for joining us. I hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying the game today. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Get your comments in. I always like to read your comments. Hit the notification button so that you're aware of all the live streams that we do throughout the season. Subscribing, commenting, all those sort of things really do help this channel grow. So it would be much appreciated. Gives us something to chat about at half time. If you want to get your comments in, everybody who's on here can have a look at your comments and we can discuss them. If you are watching with us now, don't forget that we're going to stay on air to watch the Man United and Spurs game at 4:30. So if you want to join us for that, then please do stay along with us. Should be a good game, that one too. If you've got any comments to say about the Man United game, we can discuss them. Excuse me while I read messages. Poor defending by Aston Villa for that first goal that Ipswich scored. Delap's goal. Martinez, for all that he's made 2 world-class saves, he'll be disappointed with the Delap goal. He got his right hand to it at his near post and didn't keep it out. He got a full hand on it as well, didn't keep it out. Calvin Phillips has played well this first half. He's just getting himself back to fitness, match fitness in his legs. They don't know whether he's going to last a full match, because just looking at Greaves' cross there that was picked up, and Rodgers just hit it into the far corner. He was stood in the middle of the box, right in centre goal, when he picked that clearance up from Greaves, and really he just had to pick his spot really, and did that easily. Yeah, you can see what Greaves was trying to do. He was trying to just drill it down the pitch, drill it down the ground with his left foot, which is maybe not his strongest foot. Scuffed his cross, and it was picked up, and eventually ends up in the back of the net. And this dogs. Yeah, the goal that leads it so far is a good cross for Ollie Watkins to attack, and he just hits it back from where the keeper's just come and down into the bottom corner. Keeper had no chance of saving that. You got a steam room?
Yeah.
Enjoy it?
Oh, I feel relieved.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a bit of a swim? Psst.
Yeah. What do you want? Confetti?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. You glad you went then? Hopefully you can stay with us for the second half, guys, for this second half of this watch along, the Man U Spurs game. Looking forward to that one. Just want to see if the teams have been announced yet. It doesn't look like that way. It's still only 3 o'clock. So we haven't got any team news from that game. Probably another half an hour or so before we get team news from that game. I think he's glad to see you're back. If you have just joined us today, hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying the game. It's been a good game so far. Please, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Get your comments in. I always love to read your comments, and it gives us something to discuss at half time. Hit the notification button, and of course, hit that like button. like button, subscribe button, always help this channel grow with the algorithm, which is a pain. But there we go. But yeah, get your comments in. We can discuss them at half time here. What do you think of a final score in this game? Bearing in mind that it's 2-1 to Aston Villa at the moment. I still think 3-1. I think Watkins could get himself a second here as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Still waiting for comments. We've got time to discuss them. Even during the game, if you've got anything to say, please do. Still on a break here while the teams are at half time. You know what it's like with TV coverage. Yeah. Thank you. Did you do any biking or not like that? Just swimming. Did you get your numbers? Monday. Oh, okay. Still got time to get your comments in, guys, if you want to tell us what you think of that first half, or if you've got a prediction for a final score in this game, or if you've got anything to say about the upcoming game of Man United and Spurs. We can discuss them now while we're on half-time break. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think. Do you think Aston Villa are a good value for this 2-1 lead, or do you think Ipswich are unlucky to be behind? I think they're unlucky to be behind. I think they've added to this game and could have scored another 2 or 3 themselves. But let me know what you think before we get underway for this second half. I can't imagine that there's going to be any substitutions, barring any injuries, at half time. I think Ipswich have done all right. They've got in down both sides with Davis and Hutchinson. Delap has had a couple of chances. I don't see Ipswich making any changes apart from maybe Calvin Phillips. If he can't manage a full second half, he maybe get an hour before he's taken off. Thank you. Time for a light refreshment. Straight after this, it'll be the Man United Spurs game. There's pictures there on the CV of Tottenham arriving at Old Trafford. No team news from that game yet. We'll expect the players to be on the way out soon. I'm still going for a 3-1 win to Aston Villa. Has anybody else got a comment for regards to the final score? Players will be out in a couple of minutes, so we can check out your comments before and we can discuss them. Always like to read people's comments. Looks like we're going to get a start again shortly. Just showing that Clark header from Ipswich in the first half. Yeah, Ipswich have had the chances, certainly had the chances. Two teams are just about to come out again now. Ollie Watkins getting a lot of advice from one of the coaches there. Yeah, Ipswich have been really good. They've created chances. They've been in this game against a good Aston Villa side. No changes at half time, as I thought. I think Ipswich have got to be patient in this game. I think they'll get more chances. I think both teams will get more chances. I think there'll be more goals in this second half. It's just who puts the chances away. Villa to kick off. Kicking from left to right in the second half. Waiting for the ref to give the all clear. Here we go. Villa have the ball. Concert. All the way to Carlos. Torres. Plays the ball inside. Ramsey gets the ball through somehow. When he's away into the box, he plays the ball back. Morgan Rogers is easily dispossessed there. He's got to be stronger there as Rogers. Tielemans gives a free kick away. Ogbenny is going to get a yellow card. Well, I'm surprised. I think the referee's given the yellow card to Digne, but Ogbenny was begging for him to get the yellow card, and that's wrong. Digne gets the yellow card for kicking the ball away. He wasn't the one who committed the foul. It's a cheap card to get, is that, for just kicking the ball away. Onana. Ball goes back to Bailey. Consa plays the ball back to Martinez. He sprays it out to the left-hand side. Torres plays it forward, but it's cut out in midfield. Ball goes across to the left. Played down by Davis to Clark, but Clark's drifted into an offside position and the free kick's given. Happy Sunday to Simply Joy. Thanks for joining us, Simply Joy. Davis picks the ball up, plays the ball inside. It's easily cut out by Carlos. Torres. Tielemans chips the ball forward, looking for a run through the middle. It's cut out. Phillips Plays the ball down the right-hand side. Martinez comes out to the right-hand side. Consa. Carlos, he has to go back to his keeper. He's put under pressure. Stilap, who's making the effort, goes out to the left. Digne. Good turn by Ramsey in his away. Tries to play the ball inside to Watkins, but it never give him a chance to make the ball. Morsey picks the ball up in midfield, gets the ball back. It's under pressure from Watkins, but he gets away from Watkins. Comes across to the left. It's got Davis on the left. Davis gets it. Plays it inside. Clark plays it back into the centre. Back to Davis again. He heads it forward to the run of Clark. Clark trying to fashion a space to hit his shot. Doesn't get it. Ball's bouncing around in the box. It's eventually hooked clear. But it's picked up again by Greaves just inside the Aston Villa half. Ipswich got the chance to put some more pressure on. It's chipped forward by Phillips to Delap. Carlos has gone with him. Carlos manages to shepherd the ball out for a goal kick. Delap really never got it under control.
Come here. Come here.
It's a bright start by Ipswich to this second half, though. Goal kick. Martinez is not going to rush. Referee's getting impatient. Takes a long one. Play right down the centre, looking for Watkins, but it sails over his head and goes all the way through to Murich in the Ipswich goal. Ball's played to Greaves, who immediately turns it back to Murich. And it's played forward to Calvin Phillips. He turns and plays it into the middle. Morsey. He's got a runner down the wing. He's fouled. Rogers. Free kick to Morsey. Taken quickly. Phillips has it. He's fouled. Rogers again. It's his second foul. A few niggly fouls coming in now. Watkins picks up the loose ball in midfield, lays it back. Onana in the centre to Watkins, to Rogers. Rogers loses the ball though. Phillips to Delap. Delap is dispossessed by Onana. Good working back by Onana. Rogers to Onana. Goes out to the left. Torres. Plays it inside to Watkins. It's being laid off by Bailey to Watkins again. Comes across to the right to Rogers. It's a bit short. And the ball was picked off. Clark. Hutchinson. Chips the ball forward. Digne intercepts the ball. Goes out for a throw to Ipswich. O'Shea all the way back to Greaves. Phillips goes across to O'Shea again. To Twanzebe in the side. Morsey's fouled again. Free kick's taken quickly. Comes to Clark. And to Greaves. Plays it inside. It's picked up again though. Phillips gives it away in the centre of midfield though. Tielemans has the ball now. Gives it to Onana. It's played out to Ramsey on the right-hand side, and he's let the ball drift away under his foot, and it goes for a throw to Ipswich. Just took his eye off the ball there. You would think that Rodgers' next foul is going to be a booking. He's got away with 4 in this half. Phillips. Pressurised by Rodgers. O'Shea goes long. Left-hand side. Davis. He gets the ball forward to Clark inside the box. Tries to get a cross in. It's cut out by Carlos. And it's a corner. A lot of space for Clark there. It's well played. Played it inside, did Davis. On the volley with the instep. Nicely controlled. Corner on the left. Calvin Phillips going to take this one by the sound of things. Right-footed in-swinger. That takes it, goes deep to the back post. It's an easy catch for Martinez. Gives the ball out to Tielemans straight away, and there's a counter-attack now. And he's fouled by Tuanzebe and immediately gets a booking. Professional foul. I don't like this. Take one for the team. It's a professional foul. Tuanzebe on a yellow card now. He'll have to watch himself. Free kick. Right in the middle. Just outside the centre circle. Aston Villa. Taken short. Tielemans has it on the right. Plays it to Bailey. Gives a left-footed cross to the back post. It's headed back inside, but it was Ramsey who headed the ball inside, was offside, and it's a free kick given just inside the box. Greaves takes it to Muric. Muric comes inside. Davis plays it inside to Phillips, who tries to flick it down the line. It runs out. Looks like it didn't go out. It's a lot of spin on the ball, kept it in. Carlos is watching that ball and gives it back to Martinez. Martinez is not going to rush. He's going to wait till someone comes to challenge him. Delap did that, and the ball's played long. Watkins was chasing for the ball. Muric was well out of his box and had to head the ball away before Watkins got to it. Phillips picks the ball up to Hutchinson on the right-hand side. He has to go back to Tuanzebe. Morsey. O'Shea in the middle. Phillips goes out to the right. It was good thinking by Delap to give it out to the right, but it was behind his own player and it goes out for a throw. But you could see the idea, and it was the right ball to play. It was just executed poorly. Ball comes out to the right. Conser checks inside, gives it to Onana. Onana's got a man on him straight away. Goes back to Conser. To Carlos. Tielemans. Carlos. Tielemans is fouled by Morsey, I think that is. Morsey's on thin ground. He's been booked already in the first half. Right down the back of his Achilles there. Yeah, it's not a great challenge by Morsey. VAR maybe looking at that one. Right down the back of Tielemans' heel. Tielemans is back on his feet now, so no permanent damage. A lot of subs warming up for Aston Villa. Ball comes out to Conser on the right. He plays it inside. Bailey, who the ball was meant for, commits a foul trying to win the ball back, and it's a free kick. It's played quickly. So Greaves back to O'Shea. Greaves on the left-hand side to O'Shea. He drills the ball long to the right. Ball is headed out by Digne. Throw to Ipswich. Twanzebe takes it to O'Shea, across to Greaves, just inside the Aston Villa half on the left-hand side. Greaves gets the ball back as he plays it forward. Goes across to the right-hand side to Twanzebe now. Inside to Morsey. Morsey goes down the right-hand side. Ogbene coming inside, plays a ball. Clark chips it across to Twanzebe. So tries to head ball across the box. There's a loud call for handball. The referee hasn't given anything. Ipswich still have the ball. Davis had the ball taken off him on the edge of the box. It came out to Morsey, good 30 yards out, and he hits a low skimmer that's wide of the right-hand post. Let's have a look at that one from Twanzebe again. No. Hit the defender in the chest. Goal kick. Martinez going to take his time again. A long one. Looking for Rodgers. Bailey fighting for it. Loses out. Phillips on the ball. Gives it inside to Morsey. Morsey goes across to the right-hand side to Twanzebe. He plays it inside. Hutchinson. He just couldn't get it under control. He had it nicked off him. Tielemans. Rodgers gets away from his two men. He's away now. He's got men in front of him. He tried to get it out to the left-hand side. It was hit the heels of Twanzebe. Still has it. There's Rodgers. Conser. Bailey goes back to Conser. Carlos goes across to the left. Inside to Tielemans. Tielemans lays the ball off. It's well done by Digne. Back to Carlos. Conser. Bailey tries to go inside, leaves the ball behind. Has it taken off him. Clark comes inside, tries to chip a ball forward. I think Delap felt he was offside, didn't make a move for the ball. And Carlos has the ball. No pressure on him. Goes across to the left. Digne comes inside. Ramsey. Onana. Tielemans to Ramsey. Tielemans. Onana. Comes out to the right to Conser. To Bailey. Checks back inside to Onana. To Conser. Keep ball at the moment for Aston Villa. Carlos goes across to the left. Torres played it forward. Ball's played through the centre, looking for the run of Rodgers, but it goes all the way through to the keeper. Looks like Duran is going to get a run as he's warming up and getting instructions. Ipswich on the right. Twanzebe plays it down. Gets the ball back from, I think that was Hutchinson. So Shea with the pink boots comes across to Greaves. Rodgers puts the pressure on and it goes back to Muric. He gives it back to O'Shea. to Greaves. Baylor's into him immediately. Phillips, Greaves. Back to Greaves. Gives it to the captain, Morsey. Gives it out wide to Greaves. Back inside to Morsey. Back to Greaves. Still no forward direction. Phillips plays a long ball out to the right. Looking for Ogbenny to keep it in, which he does do. And Dina gives the throw away right next to the corner flag on the Ipswich right hand side. Substitution, taking Rogers off before he gets sent off. Rogers will be happy with his contribution. A goal. So Rogers and Bailey going off. Bailey not had much of a game today. Duran and Philogene are coming on. Bailey just couldn't get into it. I was looking forward to seeing Bailey, but he just couldn't get into the game this afternoon. 64 minutes gone. So throw to Ipswich, deep inside the Aston Villa half on the right hand side. Ball goes back. Goes all the way back to Muric eventually as Aston Villa put the pressure on. It's drilled out to the left-hand side. It's picked up by O'Shea of all people. He lays it back to Davis. Clark comes inside. Hutchinson is forced backwards. But Phillips gives him the ball back. Goes back to Phillips. He tries to chip one forward, but it's cut out. But Hutchinson picks the ball up. Then he's dispossessed. Onana picks it up, gives it to Tielemans. Goes out to the left to Dina. Ramsey comes short for it. And then goes down the line again. And that comes back to Onana. Ramsey makes the run but doesn't get the ball. It comes into the midfield to Carlos. Conser. Well, Davis is adjudged to have body checked. Didn't see that at all. Free kick. Ipswich making a couple of substitutions by looks of things. The subs are just warming up. 66 minutes gone. No goals in this second half, but free kick deep on the right-hand side. Tielemans plays it inside. Gets it back from Dina. Now he puts the cross in, but it's deep and it's high and it's over the bar. Poor by Tielemans. Goal kick. Ipswich can make their substitutions now. Taylor and Burns coming on. So see who's coming off. Because Muric is going to take the goal kick long. Looking for Delap, but he's out-muscled. Martinez has the ball at his feet in his box. He plays it out to the right to Conser. He plays it inside to Onana. Nana goes across to the left to Torres. And he goes back to Martinez. Martinez goes deep. Looking for the run. The man is fouled, is Philogene. Pushing in the box. Davis gets the better of him though. Ref lets the play go. Phillips in midfield has to go back to Greaves. Morsey Tanzebi. Hutchinson has to go back to Tanzebi. To O'Shea. Back to Tanzebi. O'Shea again. Into the centre to Phillips. Turns. Lays it inside to Clark. Goes beyond Onana. To the left to Davis. Davis has a shot. Screws it wide of that near post. Just slices it wide. Half a chance for Davis there. Calvin Phillips has had a good game. Obviously can't make the full game. He's been taken off. Good to see Calvin Phillips back playing the game and enjoying it as well. Ogbene also going off with Phillips for Barnes and Taylor to come on. Just over halfway in this second half. Aston Villa haven't really created much. It's much of the possession has been for Ipswich. Burns gets his first foot in, intercepts the pass, gives the throw away to Aston Villa on the left-hand side. Throw's taken quickly. That's given away in midfield by Aston Villa. Clark has lost the ball there, got a foot in. Morsy's given another free kick away there. Referee's pulling it back and he's going to be sent off. He's going for his card there, Morsy. Pellegrino went down under the challenge. I saw the referee going for his pocket at first. Maybe Morsy's going to get away with it. Don't know how. Oh, yeah. Philogene stood on his toe, stood on his top of his foot. Oh, yes. He deserved a booking for that. Deserved to go for that. Wouldn't have been a straight red. It would have been a second yellow card. So still a sending off. He's lucky to get away with it, is Morsy. His next one, and that'll be it. He'll be gone. O'Shea goes up. Tanzebi, bit of head tennis. Onana goes to Ramsey. It's going backwards. Comes to O'Shea. Conser. Played inside. Goes back to Conser. I can't imagine it's going to be long before Morsy's taken off for his own protection. Ipswich won't want to go down to 10 men. Martinez plays the ball out to the left. It's played deep forward. Philogene's not going to reach that one. Ball's played deep. Onana brings it down on his chest, turns, goes out to Conser. He gets the ball back from Onana. Conser's got a bit of space in front of him. He's got Philogene on his right. Didn't give it. Tried to play a ball into the centre. It's cut out. Hutchinson. Delap running into the box now on his right foot. Goes onto his left and he scores. A step over by Delap back onto his left foot. Hits it across Martinez into the far post. And it's only what Ipswich have deserved. A really good goal. Hutchinson set Delap away just inside his own half, and after that, it's all Delap's own work. He cuts into the box, looks cheers to go over his right foot, does a step over onto his left foot, and then hits it across the keeper into the far post. That's a great finish. That's a great finish. Kept the ball down across the keeper, which he should do. And it's only what Ipswich have deserved. 2-2. Can they go for the winner? Onana has the ball now. Goes out to Ramsey. Gets the ball on the edge of the box, cuts inside and goes for the far right-hand corner. It's hit high and wide. It's a man down. Watkins is pointing down to the man down. Looks like Greaves has been pulled up for the foul on Duran. Referee's just taken his time to get the full facts on this one. Yeah, not a great challenge by Greaves. Wasn't high or anything like that. The only thing that high was the finish from Bailey. No, Greaves has been given a yellow card for that. That's a foul there by Philogene now. Davis went up for the header. Was it Philogene? Philogene landed on Davis. There was nothing in it. Davis fell awkward and then he brought Philogene down on him and he fell on him. It was nothing but that. No further action from the referee. Ball is on the left-hand side now, being brought inside. Hutchinson, who's now come across to the left, plays it inside. Tanzebi now on the right-hand side. Goes back to Tanzebi. Played inside now. It's Hutchinson. He's done well to keep hold of the ball under severe pressure. Comes out to Greaves on the left-hand side. He goes to Davis, who's forced backwards to Greaves. Into centre midfield. Goes out to the right to Tanzebi. Comes back inside to Morsey. Ball is played deep and diagonal across to the right to Davis. Philogene gets under the ball and can't win the ball. Davis has got it right in the corner flag. Philogene with him. Leaves the ball back to Clark. Clark goes past Philogene. Checks back inside, gives it to Davis on his left foot. It gets across into the far post. Tanzebi is attacking it at the back post. His header was deflected and it goes out for a corner to Ipswich. Really dominating the game now. It's a good cross and well attacked by Tanzebi. Clark's going to take it, a right-footed in-swinger from the Ipswich left-hand corner. Referee's saying get it in the quadrant. The ball's not in the quadrant. So he has to move it back a couple of inches. All seems a bit petty, but the ball should be in the quadrant, not overhanging the line. But anyway, Clark to take a right-footed in-swinger. Goes deep. Headed out by Onana. Good header out as well. Picked up by Morsey. He goes across to the right to Hutchinson. Cuts inside. He launches a shot with his left foot. Goes high over the bar. Ipswich really dominating this game now. They fancy getting to go for this winner. Hutchinson just leaning back a bit as he let go with that shot. "12 minutes to go. Will there be a winner?" Goes down the line from Torres. High. Morsey wins the ball in midfield. Clark goes back to Greaves, given back to Morsey again. Morsey running forward. Lays it off to the left. Taylor tries to chip one forward into the box. It's picked up by Delap. He manages to turn, do a little drag back to try and get to the byline. He just runs away from him and goes out for a goal kick. It's good play, though. Enterprising play. Almost worked out. Just a bit too much pace on the drag back. It went out for a dead ball. Ball is played out. Tielemans in midfield. Picked up by Watkins. Lays it out to the left. Back to Watkins, but it's cut out by Greaves. Drills it out for a throw. It's a long throw. It's headed out by O'Shea. Kept in. Hutchison drills the ball out, but again, it's a short one that's picked up on the edge of the box by Conser. Ball is played into the box. Greaves. Delap. Ball's played forward. Clark onside. He's got a runner on his right. He gives it out to the right turn. It's Hutchinson. Great block by Powell on the right-hand side there, just as he was about to pull the trigger. Great counter-attacking by Ipswich. Good defending in the corner, though. Could be a left-footed in-swinger. It's high into the middle of the box, headed away. Duran picked up by Hutchinson. The ball's going back. Goes back to Muric, who's well out of his goal. He pumps the ball forward. So Nana's got a free header and wins it. Picked up by Morsey. Ball's laid back to Muric. He's looking to play a ball long. Goes to Greaves. Back to Morsey in the midfield. Plays the ball inside. Lost control of it. Duran. Ramsey on the left. He's got a runner with him. He has to go back to Tielemans. Tielemans again to Onana. Lays out to the left. Goes back to Tielemans. He plays inside. Looking for Duran. Duran's fouled, and it must be right on the edge of the box. Right on the edge of the box. I swear the referee's giving it. Yeah, it's right on the line. Just on out. Yeah, half a yard outside the box, Taylor. Committing the foul. Dangerous position. Meanwhile, before the free kick's taken, three substitutions for Aston Villa with 7 minutes to go plus any added time. Dina's going off. Looks like Tielemans is going off as well. And Ollie Watkins. So Tielemans, Watkins and Digne off. Barkley, Buendia and Maatsen all on for Aston Villa. Digne not so happy, arguing with the coaches about his removal. Buendia's come on, is immediately standing over this free kick, so he fancies this. So can Buendia score with his first touch of the ball? Referee having trouble getting the wall back. Buendia over this, a picture of concentration as he waits for the linesman the referee to give him a chance to take this. So right hand side of the Ipswich box. It's going to be a shot. Don't like to line up for anything else but a shot from Buendia. Can he score? Referee still not happy with the wall. Now he is. Buendia is going to take it. He runs up now. Going to be a shot and he chips it high over the bar. What a waste. For all that weight, we expected something special and he just chipped it over the bar. Poor. Wasted chance for Aston Villa. Goal kick's taken quickly. Greaves back to Muric, back to Greaves. Comes to the left-hand side. It's brought forward. Taylor hits it down the line to Davis. Can he keep it in? He does keep it in. He did really well. He's under pressure from Philogene, who blocks his cross at the expense of a corner for Ipswich, and Ipswich are really piling on the pressure for this winner now. Davis has had a great game today. He's really been a thorn in the side of Aston Villa all game. And Ipswich are going for this. They're pushing everybody forward, and why not? Clark's going to take it. A right-footed in-swinger. As we go into the last 4 minutes. Corner now. Deep one to the middle. Headed out by, looked like it was Duran. Goes back to the corner taker, who lays it into the middle to Muric. To Hutchinson loses the ball. Davis did well. He comes back and cleared up, but the ball's still bouncing around in the middle. It was Morsey who lost the ball in the centre. Ball's drilled forward. All the way to Maatsen. He lets the ball run out. Martinez has the ball now for the goal kick. Onana has the ball now. Lays it out to the left. Maatsen plays it inside, but no one went for it. O'Shea was caught in two mans. Ramsey now checks back on the edge of the box. Barkley gives it back to Maatsen. Torres to Carlos. Philogene goes back. Consa goes across to the left again. Torres to Maatsen. Oh, he's giving the ball away to Hutchinson. He's on his way now. He's been held up. No foul, says the referee. Barkley came away with it. Given back to Torres. To Carlos. Conser. Down to the right. Philogene. Comes inside. Durant is muscled out of it. Ipswich come away with the ball. There's a long ball. You can see who it was meant for, the run. The slip, though. As Clark tried to play the ball, he slipped and it didn't reach his intended target. Aston Villa with Barkley now on the edge of the box. He has a shot, a long shot. Oh, goalkeeper parries it. It must have swerved in the air because it must have looked like it was straight at him, but he only could do was parry it. Must have had a lot of swerve on it. Ball's on the halfway line now with Carlos. Last minute of the 90. Barkley chips one forward. Clark lumps it forward. It's going to run all the way to Martinez, who runs out his box to pick the ball up and give it back to Carlos. Plays it inside. Buendia lays the ball out to the right. Duran, it just had a toe on it by Greaves. Takes the ball off the end of Duran's foot. Carlos there. Looks like a flailing arm was laid down on the Ipswich players out, but the referee's given nothing. Don't know whether it was on Clark or not. Now the referee's saying, no, it was Delap holding his face. Did he get an arm in the face? Oh, it was only a touch. It was only a hand on the face. He didn't get an elbow or anything. Can't imagine there's any damage there. What's he eating? Oh, what a surprise. 5 minutes of added time. Can someone snatch a winner? The next goal is going to be the winner. Ipswich making some more substitutions. Right, Delap is going off. Great game by Delap. He's contributed with a goal. Getting a huge round of applause as he goes off. Luongo is on. Clark, Delap and Morsey go off. Smodic, Hurst and Luongo is on. So Sammy Smodic, can he pinch a winning goal? Looks like Onana's gone down with a kick on the ankle. Referee says play on. Onana's getting to his feet. Limping a bit, but he'll be all right. Goes down the left. The Aston Villa left. Played out for a throw by O'Shea. Buendia inside. It's a bit tight. Ball's won. Hutchinson is away. Plays the ball. Hurst. Is he fouled? He falls over. He's not fouled. He gets up and wins the ball back again. Battled well, did Hurst, right in the corner flag there, and eventually wins the corner. With 3 minutes to go. Going to be a corner on the right-hand side for Ipswich. Looks like Davis is going to go across to take this, a left-footed in-swinger again. It's taken short. Hutchinson. He got it through to Davis on the edge of the box on his left foot. It goes to Taylor. It's a shot straight at Martinez. Comfortable catch, and he plays the ball out quickly to Duran, but the ball's nicked out in front of him. Ipswich get the ball forward again. Smodic on the edge of the box, turns on his right foot, plays it inside. Hutchinson on his left foot, he's twisting and turning. Smodic lays it back. Taylor. Luongo goes across to the right to Twanzebe. Burns goes for a cross from the byline. It's blocked, but it's a corner again. Minute and a half to go. Another corner to Ipswich on the right hand side. We suspect that Davis is going to take another left-footed in-swinger. Bit of pushing going on in the box there. Referee's right on top of it. He's letting it go for the moment, though. Corner comes in now. To the near post. There's a few Aston Villa swinging their feet at it. Missed it completely, and the ball does end up going out for another corner. Martinez dived on it and then twisted over as he dived on it and took the ball out for a corner. Referee having a word with Torres about his pushing in the box. Another left-footed in-swinger with 30 seconds to go. That's a VAR check by something. Oh, a handball, yeah. Possibly. No, not given. Possibly, but not given. Corner. It's deep to the back post. Carlos won the ball. Luongo heads the ball forward. A couple of Ipswich players are offside. Martinez goes down again. Buendia helps him to his feet. Yeah, there was three Ipswich players offside there as the ball was headed forward. And that'll probably be the last action of this game. Ball's played long. Won by Greaves. Headed forward, picked up by Onana. Gets out to the right to Conser. To Philogene. Can he get a crossing? Can he get a crossing? No, he's held up. And then he loses the ball. Falls over, not strong enough, loses the ball. Ipswich drill the ball forward. Hurst is away. Carlos is with him, though. Hurst still has it, but he's tussling with Carlos. Ball's taken off Hurst. Ross Barkley dwelled too long on it. And that's it. The referee blows for full time. Good point for Ipswich. Ipswich played really well. And they'll be happy with a point against one of the top teams. So a point apiece. Aston Villa will be disappointed with that. They had a chance to go back top with Liverpool. Didn't take it. Ipswich will be happy with a point, but they could have won the game. There's no doubt about that. Has anyone got any comments? Thanks for watching with us. Hope you've enjoyed this watch along. There's another game in half an hour, the Man United and Spurs game. If you want to join us for that, we're going to be doing a live stream. We're going to cut this one short to give me a chance to set it up for this next game. But do join us again in about 15-20 minutes for the live watch along of the Man United game. But for everybody who's supported us today and watched this game, thanks a lot. Hope you'll join us in a short while. We'll see you soon.